Hey guys, hi, welcome back to my channel. I'm kidding, this is my pass in Tijuana, Mexico on June 28th. So I've actually thought about this for about 5 years. My mother got the surgery as well out here in Sacramento. I want to say 8 or 9 years ago. She got gastric bypass, and she's a hottie toddy. She looks amazing. She's kept the weight off. She doesn't regret it. Best decision she's ever made. So yeah, while I'm over looking at my mom enjoying her best life, melting, looking like a cute ass pot sticker, I decided, hey, I can go and do it at Kaiser. So with Kaiser, they do have you go through a long process just to make sure that this is for you, because you do have to, you basically have to know that you have a food addiction, which I do. I've had a very unhealthy relationship with food. It's hate and love. I love food. It's like my love language. But anyway, so they have you see a psychiatrist just to make sure you're right in the cabeza to do it. You have to see your nutritionist. You also have to go to a support group. You also have to write down all of your foods, and then have like goals checkups. Like once you meet your weight, your goal weight, you have to go and see your doctor. Like there's so many different steps. I was a part of the program for 5 years. I kept gaining weight because I don't think I was taking it seriously. Obviously I wasn't taking it seriously. So this year I had no idea I was going to actually do it, let alone in Tijuana. And I just happened to be looking online for another facility in Tijuana, and I wind up coming across the #1 rated bariatric center in Tijuana, and it's literally called Mexico Bariatric Center. So I filled out the questionnaire. I got an email back. I started corresponding with the scheduling coordinator. Fun fact, is actually out here in Folsom. So it's super made me feel comfortable because they spoke English. I think you had to have a BMI of over 40, and I think I was 42. Yeah, and I'm 5'1". That's a lot of weight on my kneecaps. And I feel like my boobs took for 50 pounds of it. And people who know me, like, I have some big ass titties. Anyway, so I was going through the process, and I decided to just jump and do it. I'll be 30 years old in November. I never was really comfortable in my skin, like ever. So, and I knew it had a lot to do with my weight and how I viewed myself. So I'm like, fuck it, let's do it. I got the money. Everybody's staying at home anyways. Like, I'll be able to heal like nothing. I'll be under the radar. Every clear liquid diet. So chicken broth, popsicles, Crystal Light, Powerade, anything clear. You need to clear out your system, clean out your liver, kind of shrink your stomach just so they have room to move around in there. What else? So I was doing that for 2 days, and I was hungry, but I was excited as well. That kind of took over the hunger. So the day came, that kind of took over the hunger. So the day came, I flew from Sacramento to San Diego. It was about an hour, 40-minute flight. Got there around 12, and the hospital actually sent a truck to pick me and another person up. This center is taking people every day from all over the states, even Canada, which is cool. So they're very high rated, They have a great turnover rate. So I trusted this place. Again, Mexico Bariatric Center in Tijuana. So we are going through customs, or the border, and that was cool. We just had to open our truck. The trooper came and checked everything, made sure we had no guns or drugs, and I was like, this ain't that kind of trip. So we go straight to the hotel. I felt safe the entire time. The hotel was very clean. We checked in, we got a room key, my mom and I. It was a nice, room. 2-bedroom, two beds, clean shower, like everything was pretty normal. So we got there Monday night, and then I was just kind of waiting because I didn't have anything to do until Tuesday, which was going to be surgery day. So I decided to get Botox out there just to try it. My mom's into the whole beauty thing. She was like, oh, look up Botox. So I did. And it happened to be walking distance away, like less than a mile away. The streets kind of reminded me of LA. Just, I don't know. Just the streets were like, there's kind of a lot of debris in the streets. But again, I felt safe. I wouldn't have went outside if I didn't. The peso to dollar exchange was a little confusing, but I think I got it down. I think it's $22 or 22 pesos per dollar, so that was cool. So I'm in my room. I'm super excited. I brought my laptop. I'm getting all messages from my friends and family, and that was really, really encouraging. I honestly I didn't have 1 ounce of nervousness, just because this is something that I wanted for a long time. I knew it was going to change my life for the better, and I just wanted to get it cracking. So some of the people that checked on me, like the nurse assistants, some of them didn't speak English at all, and we had to use a translator, and then I still wasn't nervous because I didn't have my drugs yet. So they're hooking me up, taking my EKGs, and doing my IV. The IV was a little after 5 attempts. You've seen the video. Yeah, I don't know. This person maybe wasn't experienced, but I got pricked 5 times before anything was flowing into my. She like pinched a nerve. I never felt anything like that. I felt it right in between here, and that was weird. She couldn't get anything, so she tried right here. Again, nothing. So she went to this hand. 3rd time, nothing. Went right here, didn't feel anything. And then she brought in another person because I was getting irritated a little bit because I'm like, why isn't this working? And then she brings in like a professional, and then she gets me again right here for the 5th time, and then I actually start getting the IV in my system, and I was like, ooh, thank you, Jesus, because I don't know if I could do another prick. It gets a little annoying, and granted, I have not eaten in 72 hours, so the hangriness and just me getting poked and prodded, I was not a fan. And that's another thing. That's probably why she couldn't find a vein, because I had no water. I was dehydrated. I didn't have any food, and my blood looked very dark, which is a little scary. But anywho, Tuesday, I get my surgery. And I guess there was a little miscommunication between me and my hospital coordinator. We met with her the day before, and she was like, oh, we're going to do you at 1 p.m. And I arrived to the hospital on Tuesday at 9:30. So, you know, I'm sitting around 3-4 hours. And I'm like, oh, okay, shouldn't I be getting my surgery soon? And 1 o'clock comes, 2 o'clock comes, 3 o'clock. I'm like, okay, what the fuck is going on? I shouldn't be waiting 2 hours. So I'm like, donde está mi doctor? Please. And she finally comes and talks to me, and she was like, oh, I guess you didn't understand. Your doctor doesn't get her day started until 1, and you're actually her last patient. She actually has 2 vertical sleeve surgeries before you, and you're her last one because you're like, that's a bigger surgery than vertical sleeve, VSG. And I was like, oh. So once that was clarified, I felt a little better, but still, I still wasn't able to eat. I couldn't have any ice chips. I'm there, dry mouth, hangry, not that excited anymore because I'm like drained. And then they finally pull me in. The anesthesiologist comes and asks me questions. I think another doctor comes, asks me about abortions and pregnancies and allergic reactions to medicines and all that stuff. And yeah, I do all that. I get in my wheelchair. They roll me to the operating room. And the last thing I remember was the anesthesiologist asking me about the weather in California. And I was like, oh, yes. And then I wake up in my room. Now, I don't know if you guys have ever experienced gas pains, like if you're lactose intolerant, you're eating cheese, ice cream, you know, any dairy products, and your stomach just gets tight. You can't fart, you can't burp, you can't really laugh because your stomach is just so tight and it's uncomfortable. That's how my stomach felt, but on 110. And also during the surgery, your doctor is filling your stomach up with air. It's expanding it. So again, they have room to move around and, you know, slice off your stomach or whatever they're doing. So my stomach was extremely tight. I felt like my stomach was up to here. And I had to do some guttural moans just to soothe myself because it was just constant cramps. It didn't come in waves. It was just constant. And I did have some pain medication, but it wasn't that strong. I still felt it. So that first night, it was horrible. My mom was actually able to see me for about 15 minutes with her mask on, and I had to have my mask on. And I was loopy. I was in and out of it, so I really don't remember that. But she has me on video, like falling asleep in the middle of her asking me a question. That was funny. 15 minutes, they tell you to get up with your IV and walk around in your room. I did have some space in my room, which was cool, instead of just going outside the room. So I was just pacing back and forth. I could take tiny little hobbit steps, and I would get exhausted and I would have to lay back down and fall asleep. So I was doing that all day while watching Night at the Museum, because that was like the only movie on in English. So I did that. I did have the urge to pee, but it was only a little bit because I could only take sips without hurting myself. Sips of Gatorade, water. I was also taking Gas X just to alleviate the gas pain, and I didn't have my own, but another patient was gracious enough to let me have a couple of tablets, which was such a relief. So I'm thankful for that. Everybody was really nice. The patients, they're like, oh, where are you from? And you know, my door would be open and they would just casually ask me what surgery I'm getting and where I'm from. And surprisingly, people who were there, this is their second time getting surgery. I didn't know you can get it 2 times. What the hell? Well, anyway, that's why I decided to get gastric bypass surgery. I was trying to lose weight like a crackhead. I think that is the most drastic one that you can get besides getting a tapeworm. And I didn't want to do that. So, well, I couldn't. So I went with that one, and I've noticed the consensus was a lot of VSG clients or patients, they wind up getting the surgery again because they were comfortable. You do have a little bit more space in your stomach. Like with vertical sleeve, your stomach is like vertical. It's literally a vertical sleeve like a banana. And with gastric bypass, they take your stomach from whatever it's expanded to like 4 to 6 ounces. So you are being malnutritioned, and that's why you're dropping weight like a crackhead, which I wanted to do. So that's why I went for that. I only want to do it one time only. And yeah, so back to the hospital. So I'm having people come and check on me every 15 minutes just to make sure that I'm comfortable, making sure that I'm getting up and walking, making sure that I'm getting my liquids in, because you do have to sip. You do have to sip your liquids just so you don't get dehydrated. Oh yeah, and that's probably gonna be there for a lifetime, but I'm down 34 pounds. After my surgery, they're checking up on me every 15 minutes and just to make sure that I'm getting all my liquids in. And Wednesday and Thursday, it's literally the same thing. Oh yeah. And then after, you know, they're changing in my IV just to make sure that I'm, again, staying hydrated. And then I noticed my mom was able to come Wednesday or Thursday, and then my hand has swollen up because the IV was just collecting all right here. It literally was a bear claw. I thought it was normal, but my mom noticed it right away. She's in the medical field. And she was like, I don't think that's right. So the doctor or the nurse came in, and then she wound up pricking me over here. So that's 6 times that they poked me. And this was swollen for at least a week after the pandemic. I was in my room. I was so loopy. Stomach was still very tight. My stomach was still very tight, so you do have to keep walking, making sure that you're kind of just got my bear claw. So this is after they removed the IV because it was not working. Right, just to show me how disgusting I was. But now I got pricked the 6th time. Nothing like that first shower. But I did take a video when I got back to the hotel just to show you guys how bloated I was. And that was intense. Even though I was like inhaling, my stomach was just on froze. It was not moving. It was not expanding. So yeah, going back home was very easy, very chill. We got in our car. We had the opportunity to go to the pharmacy because the prescription pills for what they sell in America are very, very cheap, like $6 for, you know, $180 bottle out here. But I didn't need anything that bad. Felt like I was cool as far as the pain management. And we're on our way from the hotel to go back to the airport, and I want to say it takes us about 2 hours just to get to the border and then cross the border. Again, a trooper comes and gets all of our identification and looks at everybody and makes sure that our driver is actually our driver and not going. We get dropped off right at the airport. We wait about, I don't know, 20 minutes for our flight. Everything was so smooth. I was able to get some dissolvable pain meds. They weren't really pain meds, they just made you sleepy. which was fine for me. So I wound up taking one before I got on my flight. I had my compression socks on because I know I was worried about like the air bubbles. Is it air bubbles? Just to compress, just to keep my blood flowing, just to make sure everything is copacetic and I don't die on the plane. So I wore those, popped a pill, I fell asleep. Again, it was like an hour, 40-minute flight. Wasn't too bad. My stepdad picked me and my mom up from Sacramento, and we go home. I'm sitting on my chair, healing. So many friends like reached out to me. A client of mine, for those of you who don't know, I do eyelash extensions. A client of mine actually came to my house after her 10 p.m. shift. Made sure I had gauze. She got me a card. She got me a gift card. It's like, wow, you guys really care about my health and, you know, my well-being. I thought that was adorable. And so many other people reached out and messaged me. So I appreciate you guys so much for that. So now post-op, it has been like 2 months and a week to be exact. Yeah, I'm filming this August 30th and I got it June 23rd, so 2 months and a week out. I am okay, so my highest weight this year recorded was 247. When I got to Tijuana, I got weighed the day before surgery. I was at 240. Mind you, I was on a liquid diet for 2 or 3 days. And now I am 213 as of this morning. So you do the math. I think I am down 34 pounds altogether. So I feel a difference. I see a difference. My friends, family, and clients definitely notice a difference, and it's nice. It is nice to hear, because I feel like my old self when I was feeling cute and when I was, you know, thought I had something to look at, but now getting back to it, it is nice to hear. So, but now eating, oh my God, that is a learning curve. If you try to eat something that you're not supposed to eat, you're going to throw it up. I've thrown up, I want to say about 10 to 20 times since I've had the surgery. So when I got it, I did not know that I would still be hungry. I did not know that I would be having cravings. Just because I follow a couple of groups on Facebook, and you know, my mom has had the surgery and a couple of other clients have had the surgery, and I've gotten their experience, and I was just like, oh yeah, I'm not going to crave anything. But yeah, the cravings are still there. I'm still hungry. I just can't eat as much as I want to because I will feel sick. As far as you getting fuller faster, I get way more uncomfortable first than I ever get full. Like, I don't think I've ever felt full, but again, I had a screwed up relationship with food, so I don't even know what full feels like. Like, I would just eat until I would feel disgusted and then be like, oh, okay, I'm full now. But I don't know what full and content feels like. So I feel uncomfortableness. I feel uncomfortable. So that's why I stopped eating. And with food now, I'm still learning. So yeah. But on the whole, my overall experience, I would do it 3,000 times more. And anybody that is considering the surgery, do it, because if this is all you think about, if you really feel like your weight is holding you back, and then once that's off you can finally flourish, do it. Why not? And as far as getting it in Tijuana versus America, it doesn't really matter. I was not nervous at all going to Tijuana to get surgery. I mean, people die out here getting a root canal. Like, you can die anywhere. So you can leave them in my comments below. Oh, was this 30 minutes? Hopefully it's not going to be 30 minute surgery. Beyond, make sure you do your research. You will get a lot of people who won't understand, or who will ask you, why do you want to do this? You're beautiful yourself. I know that I'm cute. It's gonna help me feel myself. It's gonna make me feel happier within. Like, that's why I decided to do it. So just be prepared for that. Don't let anybody talk you out of your decision, because it's your life, it's your body. You're the one that has to wake up with this every day. So just make sure you do your research, save your money. Oh yeah, I also paid everything in cash, so I don't have a loan. And all in all, it was about $6,500, including extra prescriptions, because I think I had to pay like $300 extra after surgery, because they kept adding shit and I didn't know, and I was like, okay, whatever. The Botox that I got out there, that was like $200, and my flight from Sacramento to San Diego. So it's about $6,500 that I spent, and I would spend it again and again. But yeah, that's about jawline is coming back. Hey girl, how you doing, girl? I haven't seen this bitch since 1967. Like, it's been so long since I've seen her, and now she's back. Like, I really thought I was gonna get Kybella earlier this year, because it was like that.
Go Tuesday, I got the cheese, she tasting the Kool-Aid.
I was like that greeting girls at my studio, and I was like, let me carve you out, girl. As far as this Tijuana trip, 10 out of 10. I'm down 34 pounds. Pills, holy shit. So I have to take 7 or 8 pills. You have to take a B12, energy, B1 for your immunity and brain memory. I think I still need more of that. You have to take glucose, Feronis gluconase. I don't know what that's for, but I gotta take it. I gotta take calcium citrate. Gotta take 1,000 milligrams of that. I have to take a multivitamin, which is a fucking horse pill that I have to down, and I have to take Pepsin to regulate the stomach. So I still need help with that. And biotin. Now that you're malnutritioned, your hair will not grow as much. You'll probably lose a lot of hair. your bones and your nails will become brittle and you may lose your teeth. And I spent a lot of money on my teeth, so I don't want to risk it. So I do have to be on pills for the rest of my life. Knowing that going into surgery, I still decided to do it. So yeah, that's how bad I really wanted to lose this weight and get the surgery. So yeah, I hope that made you excited about getting it done, or if you were thinking about it, or people that were waiting for this video, thanks for waiting. And yeah, let me know how I did. Yeah, all right.